Hello guys, welcome to this comparison. Here I have the Droid Turbo and the Samsung Galaxy S6. For those of you guys that are looking to get a phone right now, you don't want to spend a lot of money. You know, the S6, it's now cheaper, and the Droid Turbo is actually even cheaper, but both are amazing phones. Obviously, in terms of camera and a couple of other things, processor and things like that, the S6 is going to be faster and better. But there are a lot of things that the Droid Turbo has to offer that are actually better than the S6. So let's go ahead and take a look at these two phones. Alright guys, let's start talking about some of the specs of these phones. They really compare to each other in a lot of things, but they are also very different in a lot of ways. So at the time of this comparison right now, the Droid Turbo was actually upgraded to Android Lollipop. So both phones are offering the same operating system, Android Lollipop latest version. As far as the time when they were released, the Turbo was released in October 2014, and the Galaxy S6 was about March or April 2015. Now, as far as the display, on the Turbo we have a 5.2-inch screen size versus 5.1 on the S6. As far as the resolution, 2K Quad HD display on both. However, the S6 offers a little more megapixel with 577 ppi or pixel density. Both are Super AMOLED display. Cameras, on the S6 we have a 16 megapixel rear camera versus 20.7 megapixel rear camera on the Turbo. The Turbo offers 2 flash versus 1 on the Galaxy S6. As far as the aperture size for the camera, on the S6 is f1.9 versus f2.0 on the Droid Turbo. Now, as far as the front-facing camera, on the Turbo we have a 2 megapixel front-facing camera that can record video in 1080p. We also have a 5 megapixel wide angle front-facing camera on the S6 that can record video in up to 1440. Both phones can record video up to 4K with the rear camera, but the S6 can do video in 1080p at 60 frames per second. We cannot do that with the Turbo. Other than that, the processors on the S6 we have an octa-core with 3 GB of RAM versus a quad-core with 3 GB of RAM too on the Turbo. Storage, this is a big issue here, something important to mention. On the S6 it comes in 32, 64 and 128 GB of internal storage versus 64 on the Turbo. Last but not least, the battery, 2550 milliamp on the S6 versus 3900, huge battery on the Turbo. And as you guys can see, we're looking at the app drawer on both. The S6 offers a little more options inside of the app drawer. The Turbo doesn't really offer any options within the app drawer. Now, as far as the camera, as you guys can see, both phones offer the option to quick access to the camera. Here's a look at the notifications that we get on the Turbo. You can wave your hand to look at the notifications and then decide which one you want to open. That option also saves a lot of battery. Here's a look at the notification from the top where you swipe down, and also access to the quick settings. Here on the Galaxy S6, there's no option to wave your hand or look at notifications other than just trying to click on the home button or the power button to turn on the screen. And then from that point you can either swipe from the lock screen to get rid of notifications or unlock and access the notifications. Now, one thing to mention here, guys, we're looking at the recent applications or task manager. For some reason, I don't know why, on the Motorola you don't get the option to do multi-window. The other thing is that you don't get the option to close all the apps at the same time. You have to swipe one by one. As you guys can see here in the S6, you can swipe one by one. You can click on close all, and here's the option of doing multi-window. so you can look at 2 applications at the same time. On the Turbo, that option is not available for some reason, I don't know why. And the other thing that I don't like is that you have to swipe one by one in order to close the applications that are open, versus on the S6 you can close them all at one time. Let's take a look at the weather widget now on both. The Turbo has a really cool feature there on the clock widget that we see on the main screen. It's kind of like a 3 or 4 in 1 application. You can look at the calendar, you can look at the battery, you can look at the time and the weather. But looking here at the weather widget, I like better the interface on the S6. It gives you the weather by hour, days, and also you can swipe to jump from the weather on one city to another city. Here's a look at the cameras. I had to be honest with you, I don't like the option to shake the phone in order to get access to the camera. I think it's cool that you get a quick access, but people might think you're weird if they see you checking your phone. It's easier and faster, the option to access the camera with the S6. The interface on the Turbo, very plain, very simple, but it takes very decent pictures and video, and it takes the pictures kind of quick, but not at all like the S6. On the settings, you get the option to access right there the focus, and as you guys can see, you can move around to concentrate the focus in a different area. Like I said before, you can do video in up to 4K. You can also do video, I believe, in 720p slow motion, and you can turn on location, the sound, and even the option to shake the phone in order to get quick access to the camera. You can turn that off or on depending on what you want. So as you can see, just tap on the screen to take pictures. Here's a look at the front-facing camera. 2 megapixel front-facing camera. It takes pretty decent pictures. However, it doesn't compare at all to the pictures that we get from the Galaxy S6. Now, one thing to mention, looking at the front-facing cameras on both phones, as you guys can see, take a look at the huge wide angle that we get on the S5. Comparing to the Turbo, you can fit way more on the screen when taking selfies than with the Turbo. Let's take a quick look here at the interface on the S6. Like I said before, the interface on the Turbo, it's very simple. It doesn't really offer much options in comparison to this phone. I mean, the options are endless. In my opinion, this camera on the S6, and it's actually the same situation with the Note 5, S6 Edge, the Plus 2. They all go with the same camera interface. Amazing camera, so many different options. Now it comes with the Pro mode, which basically allows you to control manually all the different options for the camera. You can control the ISO, the saturation, adjust the zoom manually. None of that you can do with the camera on the Droid Turbo. Here, looking at the settings, as you guys can see, you can record in 1080p at 60 frames. You don't get that option with the Turbo. And you can also control the camera using your voice. Now here's another cool option that both phones offer, the video calling. And as you guys can see, I'm calling right now from the S6 to the Turbo, activating video calling. This is through Verizon wireless 4G LTE network. You can switch between front and rear camera, so this is a really cool option. And both phones offer this option, so that's actually really cool. Now, as you guys know, the Turbo, it's known for the voice commands and the application called Moto Assist. Well, now, you know, Google search has been updated, and you can actually say, okay, Google, with your Galaxy phone, and pretty much being able to do the same things that you can do with the Turbo. As you guys can see, I started navigation with the voice on both. Pretty much both phones opened the navigation at the same time. We're gonna do a couple of more testing here with the S6 as well as the Turbo. You can basically tell your phone, call somebody, text somebody, navigate to such and such place. What are the restaurants around you? What's the weather like? Whatever you want to say, whatever you want to ask, using the Google search, the phone works. It gives you the results right away, very quick, very accurate. It opens things really quick, and you don't have to press on anything right now. You can set that up, so you can just say okay Google, and the phone will activate the search for you. That was an option that was kind of like unique when the Droid Turbo came out, not really anymore. However, it's still nice that this phone offers that option. It offers also other options other than within the Moto Assist application, other than just the voice. And here's a look at the access or quick access to the battery information from the weather widget. You can also expand it, take a look at the weather on one side, look at the calendar on the other side. Kind of like a cool feature there. Like I said, like 4 or 5 different things in one with that weather widget. Here's the Moto Assist, and like I said before, there are other options there other than just the voice. Okay, Droid Turbo, there are other things. So you can actually select what applications will show you notification on the main screen. You can turn on and off the motion feature, so when you wave your hand over the screen, it's gonna turn on the notifications and show you on the screen what notifications are available. I believe, if I remember correctly, you can also check the phone, as you guys can see, and that will turn on the flash. I mean, it has really cool options. And here's a look, guys. I'm downloading this game. When it comes to the signal and the network, both phones show and offer very, very reliable connectivity with the 4G. Pretty much both phones are downloaded this game at the same speed and finish downloading the game about the same time. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and test the performance of both phones, and pay attention, guys, to the speaker sound. Alright, guys, so that's all I have for right now. I want to thank you for watching this video. Subscribe for more, share this video to help others. Final conclusions, guys. If you're looking for the best performance and the best camera on any phone right now, probably you need to go with the Samsung Galaxy S6. If you worry about the battery life and you worry about the resistance of the phone, I would highly recommend the Droid Turbo with the Kevlar material and the 3900 mAh battery. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one.